What about helping operators to differentiate their services? I think in your presentation this morning you spoke about traffic shaping, about charging, and the capabilities you can build in on that side to help operators really offer a unique and differentiated service. Can you say a little bit more about those?
Absolutely. When it comes to differentiation, of course, it's our wish very much that our equipment will be making them capable of doing a differentiation, that will clearly appreciate enough the receiver sensitivity that we build in, the abilities we have to use higher bit rates like 64 QAM now on HSPA, and in the future moving to higher bit rates with LTE 150 and all that. That's one part of the game. But the other part is, of course, to be able to charge more in the market because your service is clearly differentiated or better. And there are opportunities using advantages in the charging systems, something we call differentiated charging capabilities, and we have the possibility to throttle users that are perhaps jeopardizing the capacity in the network by abusing the network and so forth. And all of these tools, we believe, should be built in to the nodes, built into the RNCs, base stations, GGSNs, SGSNs, and the other equipment that we provide. And we believe also that these tools can truly provide an opportunity, if they put together in the right way with the strategy of the operator, to provide that opportunity of differentiation that we're looking for.
That's where the bottleneck really exists today. And what is Ericsson doing in terms of the end-to-end capability for LTE and really enabling the capacity in the backhaul that operators require?
Right. I mean, the requirement we get now is, of course, to move away from E1s and T1s, but do it in a clever way. Many operators still have a lot of legacy in terms of E1, T1 connections that has been built over the years, either rented capacity that they have contracts on and so forth. So we need a solution that provides the opportunity to use these kind of networks as well, in parallel with Ethernet over fiber, Ethernet over copper, Ethernet over the air using mini links or radio link equipment and so forth. We believe that this has to be very integrated in the base station again, so we ourselves have a card which will handle all of these options, both on the base station side and on higher up in the network. Today we have divided it up into something we call low RAN and high RAN in terms of capacity, but it's all Ethernet based, and we see a tremendous demand for these type of solutions provided together with the radios today. So the transport is becoming almost a decision that is made almost at the same time as the decision of the radio and the rest of the network, where it used to be much more divided into two totally different businesses for us.
Right, yeah. Another area that operators seem to be very concerned about is the automated maintenance and optimization of the network. And an area that interests them a lot there seems to be the self-organizing network. What are vendors like yourselves going to be able to offer operators at the initial stages of LTE in terms of self-organizing capability, and how long will they have to wait for the full package, if you like, where they can really automate the whole process of network maintenance and optimization?
Right. Well, Julian, I think we have really made the whole network too complicated from the beginning in terms of operation and maintenance, and it hasn't been addressed enough. I think the NGM group has done a great work by specifying it, because this has always been an area without clear specifications. It's been a little bit too much proprietary. It has not been made into the same way that the rest of the network has been. With the SON standardization and with the work in LTE, I think we've really got there. We will launch this in parts, but the main objective is to really simplify how to commission a base station. For instance, there are clear requirements on how long it will take and how much effort would have to be put in from an operator point of view in terms of getting it started and so forth. And we will meet all of those standards when we come out with our equipment. We also want to make sure that we can bring this standard backwards compatible with the HSPA network and be able to use it on the entire network that we provide, and that by simplifying operation and maintenance dramatically.
Yeah. Okay. And perhaps one final area, you also mentioned in your presentation that you felt the TDD side of LTE hadn't been addressed perhaps as aggressively as it might have been. I'm not sure if you meant in the standards area or in the technological development, developing the capabilities to support TDD. Would you like to just explain a little more what you meant in that?
Well, TDD, I think if you look years back, we have never been in 3GPP really promoting TDD enough. I mean, there are clear opportunities for years with people who have spectrum which is not pairable.
Yeah.
And we've always said, we recommend paired spectrum, which is of course good, but not addressing it enough. I think now we have so clear requirements, and I think in a way WiMAX has helped us to open our eyes to that. A couple of years ago, where this was an area was addressed by them because no one else was addressing it really. Yeah. Now we have the LTE TDD or TD-LTE standards set up. Very good that it's been aligned with the TDS-CDMA. Which is in particular a 3G standard from China, where we are very active as well. So we got that alignment going. We really are building momentum around TD-LTE, and that is necessary to be able to address this market in the same efficient way as we're doing with HSPA and FTD LTE, if you will, because we need the volumes, we need to make sure we get enough alignment in the world, and we have that now on TD-LTE. So I'm sure that this standard will be used a lot to address spectrum where we have TD availability, particularly in 2.3 gigahertz band, for instance.
Yeah. And just briefly, you're shipping LTE equipment today to Verizon. You're already
doing that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's happening now.
It's happening now. These are exciting times. LTE is just around the corner now. We've started to ship. It's happening. HSPA data take-up the last 2 years has grown from being on a level where it was less data than voice, and now we're up to, on average, in all the networks on HSPA in the world, up to 7 times the traffic of voice. I think this is a dramatic change. We have convergence happening in markets where we have a big fixed installed legacy that's happening in the core. I'm sure that with the 50 billion vision, we will be able to make sure that these 3GPP standards can now be deployed in just about anything that wants a data connection and wants to be connected to the internet.
Okay, well, Ewaldsson, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Julian.